Hey, Bjorn, Strongndarm here. Welcome back to Martin Ace and to Disco Elysium, where I'm just about not needing to carry this flashlight around. I don't even know why I have that anymore. Maybe I could put my bag of bottles back in my hand. I don't really know that I need money for anything at this point in my life, but it was suggested that before I try to go and meet or go up that ladder and go ahead and try that opening that crate again. I think I used empathy to open it. So we got another 40 cents, little 0.40 real added to us. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, we'll head back this way. I'll just run over there quick. And here we are. Of course, I'm going to change my clothes once I just determine it's rhetoric. Oh, wow. I got a lot of pluses for it. I got one more door, precarious world. Been in the world for many days, erratic yet thorough. So let's up the rhetoric with my clothes. I definitely can do that. Okay, I didn't have as much extra rhetoric as I thought, but this polo shirt gives me some, and taking that hat off helped me a little bit. So can I just talk this door open? Come on, door, open up for me. Ooh, despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you. Hello, is there anybody in there? The door stands silent. Satisfied, detective? A wry smile crosses the lieutenant's face. Try again. If there's someone in there, I'd like to talk to you. Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door. From deep within the container, a voice. Ahoy, come on in! Mega rich light bending guy? The smile disappears. You can't be serious. What on earth is this? Whoa. What the heck is going on? This is definitely a flashlight area. It's a tool, isn't it? Come on, flashlight. Show me what's up around here. It doesn't even seem to do anything. I don't know. This is trippy. What's that all about? This is really trippy. The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. What? Squint. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, an echo. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard. In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter, "Hello." "Welcome, come in, make yourself a home. Sorry I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today." You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It is very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him. Now, he claps his hands together. "What can I do for you, gentlemen?" What can you see of his body appears composed, in sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you?" "Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time." There's genuine surprise in his voice. "I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days." "Yeah, I bet you don't." "Anyhow, my name is Rustam Diodor, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?" "Mr. Diodor, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner, Harrier Dubois." "Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois," he says warmly. "I must admit, the name suits you very well." "So, how did you become so rich?" "Oh Lord, not this again. What's wrong, Kim?" Oh, nothing. It's just that we got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case, you say, sure, Kim, I think it is. And yet it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case. I mean, Kim, you're not wrong, but a man's got to live. The man chuckles. It's quite all right. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Grodd. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy. Actually, at the level this guy is, it takes several generations to do that, but all right. Well, what's it like being an extremely high net worth individual? The man exhales with a whistle. I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've gotta work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. It's great that you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Sure, and they benefit when I buy things to stimulate the economy. Do you know how many jobs it takes to build and maintain a racing yacht? Hundreds. Dozens at least. Of course, in the future it'll all be automated, but my point is this, he says, jabbing his finger into the air a bit. Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take that from him. Says the guy who inherited it all. Yeah, nothing. Capital, he nods. Makes one speechless, does it not? Blinds like the sun that rises from beyond the horizon after a gloomy winter. Hey, all this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask him about. There is something strange about you. What do you mean? His essence seems to signify actual surprise. Well, I don't know how to put it. You look somehow a little different. Are you talking about my chin? Yeah, it's the chin. No, I mean, I can't even see you. It's as if something is happening to the light. Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weisman coefficient. The Weisman coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1 or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth among that group of individuals. It's been observed that when the Weisman coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual. Are you telling me you are so rich? So I should just ask myself, what is our coefficient? The Weisman coefficient for you and this individual appears to be 0.99898 repeating. That's not good for you. So are you telling me you are so rich that light literally bends around your face? Among other things, but calm down. I'm a lowly single-digit billionaire. Really? No, not really. There are actually quite many digits. A man this chill as at least a triple-digit billionaire. Kim, are you seeing this weird stuff? I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which, I admit, is odd. What is this? I don't even know what this is. Is this the Weisman coefficient down here? Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you, my container. Yeah, what are you doing in this container? Traveling! This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me a lot of time to think. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly? We're in Martinez, a district of Revachol, the former capital of the world. Ah, Revachol. I remember walking its streets as a teenager. There used to be a bowling alley in Stel Maurice. I wonder if it's still there. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together for ask for money. Well, why don't you help them? You got so much money it can't make a difference to you. There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls. I mean, yes, seagulls don't do much with money, you're right there. Anyway, spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that. So, you travel from place to place via shipping container? Smart, no? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to. Luxury yachts, high-fidelity portable radio systems, pale-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle-class after a while, a bit bourgeois. Yawn. Yeah, that does sound pretty tiresome. Don't get me wrong, they're nice things. But once you achieve a certain level of wealth, your time and mental space become much more important than material goods. He speaks from the heart. He has very different problems compared to low net worth individuals such as yourself. For example, no problems at all. So you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle? What? No, I didn't say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that. The bending light appears to wink. I'm not even... Should I ask? You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money? Could you please stop asking everyone for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do. But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money. It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here's 3 real. How much can you get for this? It gives me almost nothing. That's the idea, my friend. You gotta work for the rest. Maybe you can make that money grow? Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound? These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water. So I could present a sound investment plan, or present an investment plan that is sure to fail. It failed. Congratulations, you somehow managed to fail at failing, which means in a strange way you've succeeded. You should invest in a youth center. A youth center, huh? What kind of youth center? A place to teach them practical skills like teamwork and self-discipline. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear. One dedicated to instilling liberal economic values in children from low net worth families. Brilliant! Without children who will be there to buy stuff in the future. Yes, and if it doesn't work out, we can always repurpose a center as a shopping mall or private equity firm. When life closes the door, it opens a window. Yes, what's the expected return on this? With human beings, there's always a risk associated, which is why we gotta hold on to the center itself as a fallback. You're deep in a ultra-liberal territory now. Good work. Very impressive. You got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities. I know. I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What's the point of being rich if you have to follow all the rules? Here's a round of seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things off the ground. Thank you for placing your unwavering trust in me. Remember, it's not a handout, it's an investment, and I expect to see returns. The lieutenant stands there dumbfounded. His mouth opens slightly, then closes again. Is he having a stroke? Kim, you having a stroke? Oh, no, I am not having a stroke. You're just still full of surprises. Most of them bad, but some good. Well, we should get back to our investigation. Thanks for your time. The pleasure was mine. Unfortunately, I must be away soon. The next time we meet, I'll be expecting an update on my investments. Farewell, friend, and may your peace of mind guide you to happiness. Alright, how am I going to actually be able to do anything with that investment money? I really don't know. That was so weird. Actually, I'm going to pop back in here for just a second. Oh, it's locked. Okay, I didn't actually think to hit tab to see if there's anything I could like grab, but there probably wasn't. I mean, I came away with 100 real, plus 103 real. Let's not sell myself short. So That was pretty good. Let's go now, and actually I want to talk to Morel about this flower. See if he'll help me out. Okay, we're back here at Morel, and is his buddy still here? Yeah, his buddy's still here too. I wonder if... I don't need this flashlight. Maybe I will later, but I'm going to take it off. I wonder if he will be able to tell me about this flower that I've got.
Hello, hello. What can I do for you, officer?
Okay, Phasmid, traps, Lena's eager for you to return... What if we check the traps? Is this like to get him to go back to Lena? Maybe we'll get points for that. He looks at you with obvious surprise. I didn't expect it you to take such an interest in our work here, officer. Chaos is my method. I am its scion. Or we're looking for someone hiding on this very coast. Looking for another thing may lead us to her. That's an idea. Why not? The lieutenant shrugs. At least it will give us the excuse to look into a lot of reeds. That it will. The man cracks an unwieldy smile. That it absolutely will. I hope you brought your good boots. Where are these traps? There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. He points south. It's very near. Another we set in Land's End to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church. The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them... He gestures to the trap in front of him. You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still. Better safe and stupid than sorry. So what do I do if there's a phasmid on one of the traps? Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight. He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself. What if I encounter the phasmid in the wild? That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do... He takes out a small white spray can. I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent, and will last you about a week. All right, lay it on me. He douses you with a odd-smelling spray and then gives you a satisfied nod. The lieutenant wrinkles his nose. I hope you're not buying this. He dispenses it without letting you touch the canister, so it'd be precious like holy water. It is precious. A single dose cost me 50 real to develop. Not that I expect you to understand self-financing one's own research. He looks at the lieutenant with disdain, then puts the spray back in his pocket. All right, let's get to it. Right, which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling. Whatever he thinks about this detour, it's clear that these men are exhausted and in need of assistance. Finally, someone's talking sense. Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now is the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it. If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later, too. But what if the information is vital on the hunt? No. Let's just get going. So, that was not the trap. He's probably at the trap now. So, okay. We do have a new thing to do really quick. We can check out, so near the boathouses, Land's End, and near the canal. Let's go up to the Land's End first. So we remember the Feld building, so it's just north of that. All right, there's the Feld building. So... is it kind of just past it? So is this it? That looks like it might be it. Okay. Check it out. There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring. Look around. The reeds sway in the coastal breeze. They seem to be waiting for something. The wind picks up here near the cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from the 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of the year. Reach for the trap. Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them. Big surprise, Lieutenant grins mirthlessly. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go. Damn, I was hoping it would be in the first one. No, you weren't. He looks at the sea, then you, laying the trap back down on the ground. Leave. Okay, maybe hoping is the wrong word. Certainly not expecting, but I mean, maybe a little bit of hope, right? So now let's head down to what was near the canal. Okay. Wait a second. Hold it. So west of the... near the boathouses. That's right. So they are down like near where that lady who doesn't want to date us is. I said she doesn't want to date us. That isn't really true. We don't know if she wants to date us because she doesn't know that we asked her out. We tried asking her out, but do I really have 18 charges for morale? That's a heck of a lot. All right. I don't know which way is west is part of the problem. I'm not seeing it over here. But these are definitely the boathouses he was talking about. Huh, let me check my... Let's look up here real quick. Okay, let me check the book again. Near the boathouses west of the Feld building. So I think... I don't know which way is west is the problem. So maybe I look at the wrong stuff. Let me look at the map real quick. So that's the Feld building. What boathouses are west of there? I mean, this is west, but that was... Wait, maybe that's not the Feld. Is this the... Oh, what's the Feld building? Now I don't know what the Feld building is anymore. This is bothering me a little bit. Why don't... I don't know. Why don't we forget that one for now and try a different one? Maybe we'll come across it. Maybe I'll remember what the Feld building is later. All right, this is the one by the canal. Why are you walking so slow, Harry? Hold on. I had a blue thought. Ahead, decades-old concrete defenses. Children play on them now. All right. So let's look around. The reeds bend forlornly towards the sand. You see slabs of concrete north. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant distant song louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. Reach for the trap. This trap is also full of panic locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside. Shockingly. Another empty trap. Lieutenant takes note. More out of habit than duty. Okay, let's keep going. The next one is the lucky one. The next one has a crab trapped in it. He raises his collar. It's windy. These are just crab traps, do you realize? Okay, well, dude, don't ruin my fun. Near the boathouses west of the Feld building. Does he mean like up here? Is this the Feld building? I just can't remember. Let's try that out real quick. Yeah, that's not it. There are no reeds here at all. Okay, I got frustrated enough about not remember what the Feld building was, and this here is the Feld building. What's that? That looks new to me. They said just west of the Feld building. I mean, I would think this is the one, but that's the one in the camp, and it lists 4, of which, oh cool, of which one of them. So maybe down here. Okay, all right, this one. Look around. Behind you, the ruins of a residential building rise over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. The reeds rustle confidentially. Reach for the trap. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity. Empty as all of them. He pants. One more of these and we're done. His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches to catch his breath. You getting tired? No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain. It's just... He's short-winded. The sentence ends there. Yeah, I mean, I have been running you all over Martinez. Or all over Revachol. I think just all over Martinez, because Revachol's bigger than Martinez. Alright, let's check out the last one. This is the last of the traps, the one Morel just set. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality. Look around. The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake. They hiss? The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand, the fire that's gone out. You feel strange somehow. Reach for the trap. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. Look closer. No locusts. No phasmin either, but still. Look closer still. The lieutenant studies the trap with you. Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap. The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others, like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground. Actually, I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. Kim purses his lip. Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not. I mean, you're right, but they still need to know. Okay, but after that, we get back to our own assignment. We've done a thorough survey of the coast now. Just running around is no longer useful. A cold gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow of the Feld building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you try to ask again? Like, can I try to ask again? I already got the... Like, that's not even a doable thing. I wonder if that... I mean, Kim said he couldn't climb the ladder. Maybe that's a way Kim could get in there too? Anyway, let's go talk to Morel really quick. All right, here we are, back in the whirling in rags. Let's talk to old man Morel about his traps.
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you. Go on, talk to her.
All right, we're bowing awkwardly. Let's talk to her, I guess.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Oh, it was just on my way while I was working the case. Ooh, we got an 8-eyed Terratorn tie. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. She hands you a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull. Oh, I like that. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special. The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important. All right, that's all for now, ma'am. All right, Morel?
Haha, nothing like the gratitude of a good woman. Now then, what can I do for you?
He gives you a gruff pat on the shoulder. He tries to play it cool, remain professional, but inside this man is itching for some news in those traps. So I checked all the traps. Good, okay. Which is called and one of them was empty. Completely empty? The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locust, no phasmid. No locust, but no phasmid either. That's not ideal, but... He rubs his chin. The empty trap was the one at your campsite. Maybe this factors into it somehow. I definitely left that one stocked. Right from the campsite, the old woman's face lights up. It just means the Insulidian phasmid is even more clever than we thought. She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them. Of course, the detective whispers to himself, more clever. You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to tread lightly. Yes, the Phantasmodia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news. They will have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure. His companion sighs. Another trip to the reeds. Are you sure you've exhausted all the alternative explanations? The cryptozoologist's face flushed with indignation. Of course we have. Wait, Morel. The old woman raises a hand. He may have a point. We have an obligation to rule out other hypotheses. His face relaxes. You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other explanation could there be? He turns to you. Pardon me. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought great news, too. My gratitude and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Revicor is yours. Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Thank you, it's an honor. He says with a straight face, then turns to you. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window impatiently. But come on. This is... I insulted morale, but this is really high. I've got to try this. Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person, hands small enough to fit inside the trap too. You should ask the red-headed boy Kuno. I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts. A little hooligan, but with a child, not with bugs. A shadow of worry passes over the woman's face. Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects, almost as much as they love to torment old folks. All right, I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up. Delinquents, my favorite, says Kim. It doesn't sound like it's really his favorite. Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close. Gary, the man turns to his companions. Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me. After this is your last chance to talk to Gary. Really, Gary? The woman's voice is a little shaky suddenly. We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but... Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. He looks at his tea. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When his tea is done, I gotta run. No need to apologize, Gary. You've been more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on the game of suzerainty today, though. We're going to follow this through. All right, well, I'll get going. My last chance to talk to this fascist.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
Officers.
All right. Thank you for your cooperation. Nothing new to say to him. All right. I guess I will go talk. Is that like a task? I probably have a task to go talk to Kuno and look around the yard. Also, what's this tie that I've got? Let's see. Looks sharp with extra inland and volition. I like that. But that will be all for now. Time to take a bit of a break. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.